Welcome back, YouTubers. I have a very special episode for you guys today. So I have my mom, Heidi, here with me. And normally she is behind the scenes doing all my write-ups for me. But today I'm putting her out in front of the camera and she is going to make, and I'm going to assist today, in a Pear Tarte Tatin. That is our choice for today. It's going to help us kick off my whole September of pie making. So this one's, I guess it's kind of like a pie. It's got a pie crust. So
As filling.
that's filling. So that's what we're making today. We are making a Pear Tarte Tatin. So let's roll up our sleeves and start baking. All right, so to get started, I am adding 1.5 cups of flour into my mixing bowl. I'm then going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla-infused sugar. My mom is going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then she's also going to add 1 teaspoon of dried vanilla beans mixed with a vanilla bean powder. Something new I'm trying. It's completely optional. All right, she is going to whisk that all together a little bit, put it onto the mixing stand, and start mixing it. While it's mixing, I am going to toss in cold cubed unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of it, and I'm going to let it mix until it is a crumbly texture. Once you've reached that crumbly texture, then you're going to add roughly a 1/4 cup of ice cold water. You might need a little bit more, and you're adding just enough until it forms a sticky dough. So take your sticky dough off of your mixing stand. You're going to flour your work surface, and then you're going to put the dough on your floured work surface. And all you're going to do is knead it a little bit just to make sure it's not sticky and your dough feels smooth. Then you're going to take a piece of plastic wrap. You're going to put your dough on the plastic wrap. You're going to shape your dough into kind of a disc type shape. And then you're going to wrap it up. You're going to then take your dough and put it in the fridge while you're making the rest of this recipe. Okay, so depending on the size of cast iron pan you're using will determine how many pears you need. We are using 5 pears. So we're going to take all 5 of our pears. We're going to peel each one of them. We're going to cut the stems out, and then we're going to use a spoon to scoop out the center. Now, our pears are not super soft. We want them still a little firm, so when they bake, they don't go completely mushy. All right, so peel your pears, take out the seeds, and then you're going to take them and put them all into a bowl, preferably a big bowl. Then you're going to take about 1/2 lemon, roughly. It's going to work out to be about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and you're going to put the lemon juice over top of your pears. Then you're going to mix together a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, an 1/8 teaspoon of ginger, and we added an 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. Mix that all together, and then you're going to sprinkle it over top of your pears, and you're just going to gently coat them all. You can try tossing them a little bit, but as you see in the video, my mom just kind of turned them over gently and sprinkled the seasoning on both sides of it just to make sure they were all coated in our seasoning, in our flavors, in our whatever you want to call it, in our spices. So just make sure they're all coated as evenly as you can. All right, so whatever pan you decide to use, make sure it is safe for both the stovetop and to go right into the oven, because everything we do now will all be made in this one pan. All right, so heat up your pan, add a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter and melt it. Then you're going to add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It's going to look separated. Just keep mixing it. Keep it on a fairly low to medium heat. So just keep whisking it until it all comes together and it'll start to become smooth, less grainy, less lumpy, and look more like a caramel sauce. And you want to bring it to a simmer and let it simmer for about a minute or 2. And then you're going to arrange all of your pears in it however you'd like. So you can do whatever design you want. Just make sure your pears are all fairly close together. Once you have them all in your pan, let it sit and cook and simmer for probably another minute or two to really let that caramel sauce caramelize, and then you're going to remove it from the heat. Next, you're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's preheating, you are going to get your pie dough ready. So take it out of the fridge, flour your work surface, and you're going to roll out your pie dough. And you want to roll it out so that it's slightly bigger than the pan that your pears are currently sitting in. And you want it slightly bigger because when you take your pie dough, as you see, I am putting it over top of the pears. I'm covering the pears completely. Well, actually, my mom's doing it. I'm just assisting her here at the moment. So cover your pears with the pie dough. Tuck it down the sides of your pears, down the sides of the pan. Be careful, the pan is still a little hot. And you're not tucking it under the pears, just down and around it on the inside of your pan. Then you're going to take a fork and you're going to prick a whole bunch of holes all around your pie dough. This is going to help let some steam escape and vent it a little bit. It's also going to help prevent it from puffing up too much. Yeah, poke holes in your pie dough and really squish that pie dough around the edges. Then, if you want it to be more of a beautiful golden color when it comes out, you can do an egg wash. So we mixed 1 egg with 1 teaspoon of water, and we're just brushing it onto the pie dough. That's it. Just brush it on. Then you're going to take this, you're going to put it into the oven, and you are going to bake it at the 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're going to reduce the heat down to 375 and bake it for another 25 to 30 minutes. I had the rack on a fairly low rack in the oven, as you can see right now as I pull it out of the oven. It looks so beautiful and it smells absolutely amazing. It smells like fall. So it's now going to sit and cool. After cooling for at least 10 minutes, now I'm going to flip it out onto a pretty plate. This took 2 of us to do it. Be extremely careful because that caramel sauce that's in it is so hot and it will burn you if you get any of it on you. So please be very careful when you do this part. Once you flip it out onto your plate or your serving dish, then you're just going to let it cool before you try cutting it. So this is what it looks like. We did have to adjust the pears a little bit, but now we're going to just let this cool for probably an hour or more. All right, all done the tart. My mother complained because I didn't let her talk enough in the beginning of this video, so she is going to tell you how it actually turned out.
Okay, so we baked it for, how long did we bake it?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
45 minutes.
It came out, looked really good when it came out. It did look a little bit runny. So we had left it for a bit to see if it would thicken up. Apparently it didn't thicken up. No. So my daughter put it back into the oven for a bit, tried to let it, I guess, cook down. Still didn't do it. So we're going to try it, see what it tastes like.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nataka.
It's good. Like it, pie crust is flaky. The pears have a nice seasoning. I like the caramel sauce. It's just too runny.
It is.
Yeah, but
it's not overly runny.
Just a minute.
You know.
Let's see how runny it is as it ran all over.
Oh. Yeah, maybe it's a little runny.
Yeah, it's a little too runny. But
the pie itself, the pie crust tastes really good. The pears have a really nice flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely try it if I had an oven.
So basically, when we made the caramel sauce, we should have cooked it much longer to really get it to like that hard ball stage. And then it would have stayed more firm and gooey on top of the pears. But we also should have added more pears. They shrunk up and we had a lot more space in the cast iron pan to probably add at least another 2 whole pears into it. So
yes, but it is very good.
Yeah, definitely
Not
trying.
And not overly sweet.
No.
It's just a nice fall dessert.
Yes. And it'll go really great with some ice cream or some whipped cream because Dad requested whipped cream.
Yeah.
So that is it for today's video. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bells. Thank you guys so much for joining Mom and me. And we hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
I will see you guys all for my next recipe.
Bye.